during this. Oh, no, actually, we're going live here. So the game between teams TakTakTak from Korea and Team Exception from North America is underway. The first game on the channel from these two regions facing off against each other. So we'll see what it holds in store for us. And actually, the spec cut is in English. So that's unexpected. But Boomer goes out here onto Tally from TakTakTak. Hunter actually bouncing Nick off there with the stumble. Boomer goes in, proxies on top of no one, but Nick, or else, I mean, does actually get help with this bit for quite a while. Let's go ahead and do a roster rundown. It's going to be for TakTakTak, Tally, Kuma, M4, and Caesar. Pretty nasty lineup, actually. I've heard of a lot of these people. And they were always regarded as very good players, to say the least. And then over on Team Exception, we have Joseph, Nasty Yun, Nove, and Dr. Sheep. Not too sure of them exactly. Nasty Yun sounds like Lust, but he could be, he could not be. I didn't have him actually do tags that noticed before the stream started, but I'm pretty sure that is their actual names or not. But anyway, tank up in the hands of Nav here for Team Exception. And he's going to go ahead and wrap around the building here, try to get a better angle on the survivors for some LOS and rocks, it seems. And, yeah, so throwing a rock in, probably not going to find anyone. He does not. Tally immediately on top of that rock with a skeet on some bullets. And it looks like Team TakTakTak might start just LOSing here. They're keeping one survivor up on the roof to block spawns up there, but that could end very poorly for them if that survivor does end up getting capped. Another rock going in, not finding anything. Jockey does latch on a Kucho, but unfortunately brings him off of the roof. So that's going to bring him right into the clear zone of the survivors. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and drop inside now and start doing some hard LOS. Oh wait, is Nasty on Prince? Oh, maybe it is. I actually don't know. I'm actually going to check that really quick, because you guys make me wonder. Nasty is actually not even on my list. He did say F you to me before game, though, so... looks like it's a left. Possibly. He's on my list, so I know Les is on my list. But regardless, Tank pushing his way in here now. Gonna go ahead and try and get something on a Coach here. Charger and Smoker both go for Coach, and actually both end up whiffing for the most part. Smoker did knife for a little bit, but now this Tank is getting absolutely shredded. Coach is back in the safe room, and for some reason the Tank decided to push, but Nick, very aware of where the Tank is, gonna go ahead and wrap around, stay out of the range and hit zone of that Tank. It seems like the SI right now have very long arms, to say the least, because that was a hell of a long punch on Coach. But Nova is currently getting shredded here. He's going to be forced to back out towards the safe room. Coach has reconvened with this team on top of the roof, so he is safe and out of danger for now. Next hit coming up is going to be a Smoker, Hunter, and a Jockey, so they can get some separation going here. Some quick intercepts with the Hunter as well. But this Tank down to 2100 HP, not going to be put in the best situation here. Jockey getting shredded. Hunter making his way in, not really finding anything as he just getting some HP chipped out of him. And then the Smoker going in with them. It looks like there's going to be a brief pull onto one of the survivors. Hunter does latch on to someone, but they both immediately get cleared. Team TakTakTak taking this Tank extremely well thus far, actually. But we'll see what ends up happening. Nick fakes the climb up the ladder. He immediately presses that spacebar and jumps off of it. He realizes, hey, I'm running right up into a Tank here. And we shall see. The survivors retake the roof here. Seems like Nov's rocks are dropping a little heavy. That is mostly due to lag for the most part. I know that feeling. It's pretty unfortunate. But once again, he's going to make his way back on the roof. On second pass, 30% rage left. Throwing a rock over onto the survivors on top of the roof. Not going to find anything. Once again, skied there by Kuma this time. Jockey getting just ragdolled out of the air like 2 seconds after it spawned. Boomer goes in, gets instantaneously popped. And this Tank looks like it's pretty much going to get killed off here before this next hit even comes up. I mean, they do have a charger, but they're not going to be saving it. Tank at 5% rage, and the Uzi just going to town on Nob, not finding anything. And that's going to be a dead Tank. A little bit FF going out to Rochelle there at the very end, as I heard the voice of her saying, "Are you kidding me?" But regardless, that it will be the Tank up and over with. Yeah, I think that means a grand total of 62 damage done during Tank. I don't know Korean, so that's a complete bluff or assumption. And actually, we have a pause coming up. It looks like Dr. Sheep might have disconnected, but he is coming back in now. It actually says that he did disconnect because no Steam log on. It's so weird seeing things in a different language in this game. I mean, you go to like Russia, anywhere in Europe, NA obviously, SA, everything's in English. But then you go over to like Eastern Asia and everything's in a, you know, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, which is cool to see. It's something that you don't see every day. So this is probably the best Asian team, really. I was told that Evo would probably be the best. But yeah, I have actually had a few people actually bringing their team TakTakTak to me. So hopefully they actually do well. Like I said, I'd love to see an Asian team do well, and especially with the servers now ironed out. Hopefully they can you know, make something of the tournament and maybe make a team or two into the top 16. Well, it wasn't exactly the server for the Korean team, it was more of the Chinese servers that were the issue. But it looks like we are going live. I didn't even notice that was a go live countdown there. But regardless, it looks like they're going to go ahead and take the camper choke here. Still 4 sets of pills in their hands. And TakTakTak sitting at a very high health bonus of 706. And actually my health bind goes into all chat. So I'm not going to do that too much. I'm really interested to see how their SI are. I mean, they are definitely playing this very slow. I think they're actually waiting for spawns. Oh. Well, that's very nice of TakTakTak, who are obviously tagged up as Tak3. That's very nice. See, that's something you wouldn't see a lot. Oh, he went back. He joined back. See if he can move now. See, that's some sportsmanship right there. I know some EU teams, some NA teams. I know some of you wouldn't do this. You guys wouldn't be helping out. You guys wouldn't be. We'll wait for your 4th to get unstuck, to get a spawn. I know you guys. But now it looks like both teams are ready, so they're going to go ahead and start pushing the way through the map again. Boomer getting instantaneously popped on the roof, though. Hunter bouncing around trying to get out of harm's way. Charter dropping it from the back, gets mowed down by the Uzis and shotgun else. Hunter skied there by Els as well. Tali going ham on the SI thus far. Spitter's going to go ahead and just despawn himself, saying, nope, guys, I'm not going in with that. So we'll see them go ahead and move their way here. Looks like Nick going for Crown, going to try and zoom through the house really quick. This witch isn't going to make it to him. Yeah, that witch got absolutely shredded there by the shotguns and the Uzi of Coach. So, well played by them. And they're going to take yet another choke here, that being the alleyway between the two buildings. They kind of went off to the right side, which you don't see a lot of teams do, actually. And another attack gearing up here. Going to be a Splitter, Jockey, Smoker, and a nasty Boomer. Boomer's trying to spawn up on the car. Going to get blocked, though, by Nick. Very nice rotation there by the survivors, blocking spawns as they moved. And that's something that I'm glad to see them do. That's something that a lot of good teams do. As you move through the map, basically, you have a running rotation of people and how to block spawns and whatnot. Boomer moving in through the house. Beautiful snapshot there by Talia to shut down. Smoker obliterated. And that Spitter is literally just going to have to despawn again as it's so far back. Talia is just ripping through everything right now. He is definitely, he's got to be MVP for SI right now. He has done absolute work on it thus far on the survivor half. And I'm actually going to have to do an MVP. Oh no, it actually shows at the end of the round. But Tali with the beautiful shots. So we'll see another attack and the final attack maybe of the round here for Team Exception. And it's going to be November getting a little bit walled there through the back of the garage. And that Uzi is not letting go. And the Star is playing very passive. This is, I mean, just looking at how they're positioned right now, this is the type of play that we expect to see from a lot of Asian teams. Smoking and pulling here, under Rochelle here, bring her towards the garage. Charger will actually miss the charge on the Smoke Survivor somehow. Spit goes on top of it, though, but Rochelle will back up into the garage, saving herself from a little bit more damage from that Spit. Charger going to go ahead and hide, but that's not the right call, as the Charger's going to walk away in the safe room now. And they're going to make it with a hefty health bonus. And actually, Kuma got SI MVP. That was interesting. But the health bonus will be 660 out of 840. So, TakTakTak after map 1 will have over a 1,000 score here. So that is quite a large number here to see coming out of the first map for them. And now we will move over to the other half. Team Exception over on the Survivors. And maybe I should ask them to tag up. Hold on one second. Hopefully they agree and just tag up. That would be nice. I didn't want to ask them last half because obviously they were in the middle of the round, but hopefully they can tag up really quickly for us. And yeah, that's actually a really nice score by them. That was some amazing survivor play as well. But anyway, what I was saying was about the rotation was normally as you get higher up in the skill levels of L4D2, it kind of becomes second nature as you start playing with the team. It's kind of where team chemistry comes from. It's like a running rotation. So as you move, Survivor A moves off to the left side to block the spawns behind the boxes. Team B, being Nick, would have moved over to the right side and blocked behind the car. And it's just kind of like what teams do as you start playing with each other yet again. As you move through the maps, you just start learning, what needs to be blocked, where to move. And it looks like Rochelle's actually, I don't know, she's here now. Okay. And it looks like Team Exception has tagged up completely with the exception of Nasty on Nessie. He is actually a ringer for them. Nice try boom going out into his attack going out. Jockey bringing Nick off the roof. Hunter getting down into the spit. And that's going to be a nice chunk of damage compared to what we saw go out on Team TakTakTak last half. So right off the bat, Team Tak doing a lot of work here onto Exception. Spitter even getting a scratch onto Alice's back there at the very end, so it's going to be a little bit more damage. It looks like around 50 damage coming out onto them in the first hit in total. So really nicely done by them. Tank coming up now, and this is something I'll be very interested to see. Tank up in the hands of Caesar for Team Tak 3. And I'm going to say Tak 3 because TakTakTak just... I'm gonna start messing up or something. But regardless, Boomer goes out to 2 survivors over on top of the roof. I believe that is Coach and Rochelle, I want to say. And yeah, it looks like this tank's actually gonna waste no time committing. He's gonna go ahead and commit with this double boom. His SS support will be a Charger and a Hunter. So a beautiful 2-cap. Gonna go ahead and get a weird double corner on the 2 survivors. Point Rochelle off the roof. A lot of damage going out to her fall damage. Another big fall damage going out to Ellis and Coach as well. Coach actually taking an in-cap. Another punch on Rochelle. This tank is going absolutely nuts right now. Look for a corner onto Ellis. Clears the Hunter actually. But this rock should be an easy rock there onto Wazar's. DD is on Nick. Charger actually whiffing and chest bumping Nick there. He got stuck on the jockey, I do believe. And this is going to be a wipe. What damage coming out by Team TakTakTak. One more punch and one more punch or rock will go ahead and seal the deal. And actually, he's going to go ahead and back out. He only has 600 HP left. He doesn't want to die off right now. And he's going to go and toss a rock down onto Alice, and that will barely whiff. Boomer goes out. Can't exactly get close enough, though. And that will seal the deal. Dr. Sheep saying that the ping is unplayable. Their pings don't... the pings shouldn't be that bad. I mean, I'm on the east coast of NA, and I believe they have some west coast players. So that's interesting. Because I'm only pinging like 240, I think, when I was looking at the server. Yeah, I'll have to look at the pings. They shouldn't be that bad. I had a 240, and I'm on East Coast NA. So, let me go ahead and change things really quick and check. Yeah, I have a 270 ping. Nashion has a 253. Dr. Sheep 289. Entra 394. That one is actually kind of high. And then Joseph is 247. The 380, what was it? The 394, I could see that one being too high, but everything else is really not unplayable. You're going to have you know, a bit of ping, but I wouldn't call that unplayable by any means. The 389, though, I don't know where he's located. I don't know if he's European, maybe? But even if he was European, he shouldn't have a 389 or 394 or whatever it was. That seems really out there. I don't know if he just has, like, DSL internet or is downloading something at the same time. Let me try again. Maybe it was a weird time to do it. Maybe it's still loading in. So pings for now. Now I'm up to a 400. Understandable, because I'm also dropping frames on OBS. Nashion 262. Dr. Sheep 271. Entra 346. So it went down by like 50, but that's it. Joseph 248. Huh. Quite possibly yams. I am lagging, it does appear. Seems the routing has gone to hell and back, but it looks like we are live here. Hopefully my internet comes down. If it doesn't, I'll go ahead and restart the stream. That should fix things on my end. But yeah, so we'll start things off here with Team TakTakTak over on the Survivor now. And they're going to go ahead and make their way out of the safe from here slowly but surely. Killing off some common here to clear the way to start things off.
Reloading.
It looks like we will be seeing a Hunter, Smoker, Spitter, and a Boomer here for the first hit. Kiss me for misogynist. Oh god, piece of him. No, that wasn't me, I freaking swear. But regardless, the Team TakTakTak's going to push right out of the safe from here. Smoker does grab pull here on Dallas. Boomer rocketing immediately popped though by Caesar. Beautiful heads up play, and they actually let Nick get smoked there for quite a while. They probably figured it was going to be the weakest amount of damage or the lowest amount of damage that they would actually take from all those SI. So they worked on shutting down, clearing everything else before actually moving over to the smoke clear. So a little bit of a different way of thinking about it, but it worked out. And we will see the tank go ahead and move himself up to the rooftop. Nice early chip there by Team TakTakTak, getting around 134 or 124 damage. Excuse me. Come on, Ping, you gotta calm down. Ping's like going up and down between like 1900 and oh, not my ping, but my bit rate. It's like 1900, 3300. It's out of control, man. No, it's not that, Yams. There's a huge forest fire outside. Or not right outside, but it's like an hour away from me. And it's burned through like 10,000 acres of forest and burnt down telephone poles and buildings and stuff. So it's like really destroying my routing. But yeah, so Dr. Sheep here with the tank in his hands for Team Exception. Going to go ahead and move his way up to the pipes. He is on first pass, 30% rage. Going to look to play a little bit of rock tank here, it seems. And he is eating some chip for his troubles. Down around 800 chip thus far. Smoker pull going out onto Nick. Does find the pull as well. Rock goes down. It's going to refill his rage. So beautiful rock there by him. But it looks like the Stars are going to waste no time continuing their push forward. Rock goes out once again. Not able to cover through the window though. And this tank is actually going to let the Stars pass scot-free. He's not even going to try and intercept them or stop them. And so Suarez will be able to push up ahead to the shacks, which are by the drop-off point pretty much. Tossing another rock and down to 80% rage first pass. And still nothing going in. Charger Jockey do work their way in though. Charger whiff completely, gets one punch on the Jock Survivor. Hunter making his way in as well. Looking to just get the rotation here for the tank, and they do manage to get him up on top of the sugar mill here with relatively no chip taken. I know there was an Uzi firing on for a little bit, but it's so far away it didn't amount to much. And they might try and get us around here onto the tank, but he's playing very cautiously. Rochelle is still stuck underneath him for the most part. Yeah, the pings are relatively high for the most part. But another rock here coming out by the tank. They are doing a fairly good job of LOSing them for where they are, actually. Smoker coming out here onto Rochelle, not going to find it, though. Tank tried to do like a 360 drop-in, misses it, though. And he will go ahead and grab a punch here onto Rochelle. There should be an in-cap onto her. The SI are on his back, though, down to 2,800, 2,200. It is dropping like a rock. The SI have to go and support him. Down to 1,600. Got juked there a little bit. Double him going out, but there's only a Smoker for support now. And he's down to 200 HP. He's going to get killed off. But he does manage to carry at least one in-cap out onto M4. So, well done by him. Once again, with the pings that they have, it's going to be a little hard for the SI to really do much. And even on the Survivors, they're going to have to really just try and spam everything down. But then again, once they move over to their NA server, they'll have pretty much the opposite. So they'll have the good ping, the good registration, and TakTakTak will be left, kind of high and dry with some bad reg. I wish we had a LAN. The L4D2 LAN. The major of tanks. I don't know what to call it. I'm just throwing random stuff out there. But we'll see Team TakTakTak go ahead and back up here in the map. Gonna go ahead and try and find some guns back here at the shack. game capture is broken, or it's me. I think it's just you. Try refreshing the stream. I am lagging a bit, that's for sure. Hunter going in, landing here on the Nick. Spickles on top of that. That should be some good damage onto him. And the good news is Exception has also gone ahead and obviously gotten that incap out on the M4 during the tank, obviously. So that's going to start affecting the damage bonus here for every point of damage that M4 does take throughout the rest of this map. Health bonus as it stands, 819. There's Nick. I was wondering, like, wait, where'd Nick go? And they're going to go ahead and take the drop now inside of the second sugar mill that they're going to go ahead and pass it through in this map. And we'll see what they can make happen here. There's a witch up. She sounds like she's off to the side here. And indeed she is. So she's a little bit out of the way. The survivors can definitely avoid her. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually opt to, though. Boomer going in, managed to land onto Nick. I think he's the only shotgun. Yeah, he is actually the only shotgun on the Asian team for right now. Or Korean team, I should say. And that's actually interesting as well, because that's something we haven't seen a lot of. A lot of teams are running a 3-1 setup. We saw it's even possible doing it in their matches. Once again, though, they're a very, very old team, and they hark way back to the days of EQ1, where running 3 Uzis and 1 shotgun was acceptable. And especially with the changes in Ace mod, Uzi is much more viable. And Boomer does end up getting killed off there, missed its second boom as well. And now Nick, once again, the only person with an actual shotgun to go ahead and get close to the witch. She does go and shoot her. She actually is forced to climb up here, up onto the scaffolding. She gets weirded out, though, and she's going to go ahead and probably run away. She actually bumps into Alice. Thankfully, she didn't get stuck on him, or she might have ended up swiping him down. But they're going to go ahead and make their way through the sugar mill after that witch kind of just bugged out. And 4 is on the brink of being slow here, so he's probably going to pop a set of pills here in a second. And he's going to do just that. Stay fast here. Coach inside the shack. They're probably going to find a set of pills in the bathroom. And indeed they do, obviously. There's always a set of pills in there. That's like the one static thing in Hard Rain. It's like, you do want a set of pills? Make it to that bathroom. But anyway, Jockey spawning up. Actually, they're going to hit in the back. Jockey and Smoker both went to the same person. Smoker does end up connecting. Boomer getting popped there by Nick. Nick literally just ran out there and man-moded everything. Wow. He was literally just running circles around the SI and killing them off. But with that, they're going to go ahead and take the 3rd floor here. So they will make their way to the event. I definitely see them making this map. I don't really think anything's going to be stopping them. Actually, well, after this hit, I'll talk about that. Nice double cap going in, actually, by Team Exception. Jockey as well, looking for something, but gets M2'd in the face. So that will be the end of that attack. But there have been left-handed 2 lands in the past. I'm not going to go into the downside of them, or the dark things that happen at them. But they were fun from the people that actually competed in the tournament. They actually said it was a very fun experience. So they said it was nice to meet everyone, because there's not many times I actually get to meet people in the community face to face. So I was actually supposed to go to one. I forget which one it was. It was a GXL. It was like 2013. I was supposed to go and cast the tournament and stuff, but I ended up not going, and Twiz got really mad at me and stuff. But anyway, Charger going out onto Nick there in the corner. Spit does fall a little bit short, though, so that's going to keep him out of harm's way. That would have been actually a really nice hit as well, because that would have dropped Caesar down into the full bleed out range, and he would have lost that little bit slice of sol that he's left in his name. But we'll see the survivors go ahead and continue away through the map here, making their way down the elevator. There's going to be a Boomer, Jockey, Splitter, and a Smoker here for this next setup. So this can be a pretty devastating hit right out of the elevator if this boom can land on a few people. 1, 2, 3 boomed. Very nicely done by them. And that's going to cause a little bit of a lull here. Smoker pulling Coach out of the elevator, though, but the spit goes way back inside of it into the corner, so it's not going to spread outside. So a little bit of misplay by them actually there. And Smoker will go ahead and stay out of harm's way, staying back behind the elevator. And Team TakTakTak might be able to push out of here before the full hit gets up here for Team Exception. They do have a Hunter Smoker thus far. 4 seconds left until the 4th spawn is up. 3rd spawn comes up. That's going to be a Charger. And they might be able to hold them off here. Boomer now up. They're not able to find spawns, though. They actually have to crash behind that bush to get the spawn. Hunter goes in for some scratches, missing the charge on Nick to bring him back into the field. Boomer lands on 2. But now with only a Smoker and a Charger that has no charge left, this should be safe room. Smoker grabs a pull there onto Rochelle. Charger making his way in. running and headlock getting shut down though by the shotgun of Ellis. And then it will be the round there for Team TakTakTak, making the way in the safe room. And once again, a very healthy health bonus, 508 out of 1280. And once again, obviously this is their home game right now. Exception will have their home game following this one. But Team TakTakTak is definitely holding strong here in these early maps. Yams, I don't like you. I'm trying to wonder if I restart the stream, it might fix it. Because it seems like it's something where it just starts lagging out after a few minutes. Hold on one second, let me just restart the stream.